Welcome back, man. We missed you, brother.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. Hey, man.
Rapport was in there. He was, while you were missed, Rapport sat in that seat and he freaked out. He thought he would get COVID in here.
Yeah.
Although he's had the black lung since I've known him. He coughs nonstop.
By the way, he's definitely in the at-risk group, isn't he?
A little overweight.
Yeah. He's got to be over 70 at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. He's a little overweight. He's a little older. He's already got that cough.
He's had the cough since I've known him. It's gotten worse. He's like, "Nah, I'm fine, dude. You know I've had this." I'm like, "Not to that degree, but you're fine." And then on Friday, we did a bonus episode with Scotty McKnight, who I played college football with. And he does a lot of producing.
By the way, Scotty McKnight sounds like he should have been in New Kids on the Block.
Scotty McKnight.
You know, Scotty McKnight sounds like,
or he sounds a little,
like a 98 Degrees. Like that's a definitely boy band name.
Or a porn star.
Scotty McKnight.
Scotty McKnight, dude.
Scotty McKnight does sound like he would be a Dirk Diggler type.
Yeah, it almost sounds like a fake name.
Yeah, Scotty McKnight.
He's a small white guy who's one of the greatest receivers to ever come out of University of Colorado. Set all the records, stud. But his best friend's Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
Who, obviously USC, New York Jets.
What's he really known for? I'm sorry, what's he known for?
Are you saying the butt fumble?
There you go, yeah.
That's fucked up.
But by the way, dude, when you say Jets, USC, everyone's like, who? And you're like, the butt fumble guy. Got it.
Right. How fucked up is that? Isn't that weird?
I mean, but like if you do something that iconic isn't the right word, but that it's maybe the most famous fumble ever. Outside, right? Or
no, there's been some where they've lost like games,
but like that one, maybe the Franco Harris one that you don't know, but this one was so embarrassing, and it was
my only thing with this is. See, I don't give a fuck. They're already down 14-0 to the New England. Yes. And that's when New England was straight New England.
Yes.
So I think they won the Super Bowl that year. So it's not like it was a game decision.
No.
It depends how your brain's set. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think of Tony Romo, what do you think of?
I don't think of that fumble.
Fucking up that fumble?
I don't think of that fumble, but I do think of him not winning playoff games.
Interesting. I don't think of that.
Well,
like when you think of Conor McGregor, what do you think of?
I think of a showman.
No fight of his sticks out?
No, I think of
think of him knocking out Aldo in like 19 seconds?
I think that's all part of the showman part.
It goes in.
I think, do you know what I mean? Like, I think he's a guy that got it really early, like Mayweather. Like, hey, this is who I'm going to be because I'm going to make the most fucking money I can.
When I say Mike Tyson, what do you think of?
I think of knockout specialist. Like, I think he was a bad man. That's interesting. But again, I think exciting. Not showman, though.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah. Not showman. I think...
Savage?
Yeah. I do. That's interesting, but I think of knockouts. His and other people's. But I think of knockouts. I don't think of a boxer, per se. I just think...
Not now, right?
I just think of knockouts.
Think of like The Hangover.
But think about this. When I think about Tyson... I'm not sure I even think about his knockout. I think about Buster Douglas. I remember watching that fight.
That was a big moment.
Do you know what I mean? I remember watching that fight. So it's interesting. I remember where I was. I was in Naples, Florida. We were having a family reunion.
Insane.
And
shook the world.
Maybe the most shocked I've ever been after
100%.
Well, okay. For me, that one... The Giants-Patriots Super Bowl, still to me to this day, the Dave Tyree catch and all that.
They cut him the next year.
Yes.
That's sports in a nutshell.
I know, right?
Dude, once the Super Bowl. Congrats. Can't use you anymore.
What did you think about... And by the way, that's what I love the most about sports. I don't like that the Patriots lost because I'm a Patriots fan, but in a way I do. In a way, I like that team, that undefeated team...
undefeated?
I like
and the biggest haters on the planet, the 72 Dolphins, they get together every year when the last
those
team,
guys, by
and
the
they
way.
go, hey, yes.
Yeah. But I like the fact, dude, that just to me encapsulated sports, which is you never know on any given day when these dudes, if they're gelling
especially
together.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah. So I know I didn't like it in the moment, but looking back on it, that was that catch. Yeah, man. We're doing all right.
Your boy Tom Brady looked a little rusty yesterday.
Okay, let's talk about yesterday's games. So first of all, did no fans bother you?
Not at all.
Me neither.
Because they did a great job with the camera angles where you didn't even really see them.
And
there was a little bit. The only one where it bummed me out was Sunday night with the Rams and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
They kept showing this amazing, it's a $5 billion stadium, the most expensive stadium in the world. They kept showing it with no fans. Like, we got it. Yeah, you keep reminding us nobody's in there. And they showed Jerry Jones by himself, literally by himself in the skybox. I'm like, go down lower, dude.
Did you see the way he put his hand over his heart for the national anthem?
Jerry Jones? No, what did he do?
Can you? I didn't know if he was having a stroke or if he had a Bob Dole hand, but his hand
up a sign.
His hand was real cramped. What's going on? He looks like
it might be arthritis.
He looks like
you know what? He
looks like Dr. Evil, dude. He looks like
he looks like a weird dude.
He looks like the bad. Like, what's his name from The Simpsons?
Oh, damn it! What's his name?
The
Sideshow Bob?
Burns? No, Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns. He looks like Mr. Burns. Look at that hand. Like, and he kept it like that. You know why he has arthritis?
From counting money. He's so fucking rich.
But what's with this hand here? Like, what is this? What the fuck?
Someone said, take my strong hand out. Let me get my strong hand on it.
What the fuck, man? But I will say last night's game, though, to me, was the game. It's so funny. Take my strong hand. Last night's game was without a doubt the two most, not saying they're bad, the two most overrated quarterbacks in football.
Dak Prescott
and Jared Goff.
I think we need to open.
Jared Goff is a professional athlete with no muscle tone, which I find very
That is
odd.
weird.
He looks like skinny fat almost.
Yeah, they paid. That's why the Rams are kind of fucked. They won last night. Probably shouldn't have, but the Rams invested so much in Goff. I just don't think he's a franchise quarterback.
How are you a franchise quarterback if you have Leonardo DiCaprio's body?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is happening there?
Yeah, it's strange, right? Because you got to admit, those guys work out.
They have to, don't they?
But it's just, but to his point, Tom Brady's not going to win any awards on his body.
No.
Ever.
No, ever.
You ever seen him at the draft?
It gives me
It's
hope
the worst
every
body
time I
ever.
see it.
Oh, it should give every slow white kid hope that you could too be one of the greatest to ever do it. Now, Dak Prescott is built like a brick shit house.
Yes. Yeah. And by the way, I don't think he's a bad
fan.
I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I don't think he is a quarterback who is going to win you the
Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl. You know what? Example? Like, look,
They're
man,
stacked talent wise.
Yeah, but
they should be doing way better.
Let me ask you a question about Troy Aikman. Overrated, or did he play on a great team, or is Troy Aikman taking a team by himself? Like, so to me, Mahomes. I think Russell Wilson is the best quarterback.
Me too.
Okay, so, it's not a knock on Mahomes, but if you gave me, and I texted you this yesterday.
Yes, you said it. What'd you say?
I said, well, you Super Bowl, you're down by 6, you have 2 minutes to go, final drive, you taking Mahomes or Wilson? We both say Wilson.
Yeah, I text you Wilson.
Right away.
Right away.
And that's so crazy because I think Mahomes might go down as being the best ever.
Yeah, it's weird. Russell doesn't get his due.
But I can't imagine picking anybody besides that guy. He just seems like yesterday he went 31 for 35, bro.
Nuts, dude. Nuts.
Against other professional football players.
Nuts.
And Brady's struggles.
They just look like I think they're gonna be fine to get to the championship. But it's just like I think it was a feeling out process. Also, this is what if you're a Brady fan, this is what should worry you is that he didn't have much time at all.
No.
Granted, they're probably playing the best team in the league, the Saints, but he didn't have much time at all. I was like, oh fuck, he has no help. And they're stacked.
They need to. I think they're going to gel. They got so many new pieces. I mean, it's going to take a minute for them to
just look rusty.
I agree with that.
They look rusty.
But I will say,
Gronk looked 90 years old.
Thin.
But also he didn't do anything.
No. But he looked small, man.
Yeah.
He looked real thin, like he's on Brady's kind of regimen.
Are you talking about steroids and avocados?
Yeah. If Tom Brady's on steroids, dude, he's on the wrong kind.
He's on something.
Why? Why do you think that? Tell me.
At 42, 43, yeah, I mean, it could be peptides, it could be HGH. At that level, why wouldn't you?
Explain what peptides are.
Peptides are like a branch, so it's like you could do peptides where it's like, or SARMs, where it's like a version, technically it'd be a illegal substance, but it's harder to track, shorter shorter half-life, stuff like that.
But what does it do? What do peptides do? Is it energy?
Well, for Brady, like HGH or peptides, raise your testosterone, build muscle, leaner, At 42, like, you don't think LeBron's on shit?
I think basketball players are... I honestly, if you're asking me, should football players be allowed to have some help? I say yes. I say the amount their bodies get beat up, to think that they're not doing something to recover.
They are.
Right. So I honestly don't. If you put it on the table and said, here's what's going to be legal, everybody. We do want this. We want you guys to be able to recover. We want you guys to be healthy. We don't want to mask the injuries with, painkillers.
Yeah.
We want to help you recover from the injuries.
Well, if you're investing in your product, HGH and the recovery factor.
Seems like the.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
In
Why
truckloads.
do you think they are? Why do you think they are pretending like they don't want the? Because I think it's pretending.
They have to, but yeah,
why?
it's all optics. Like if you fail an NFL steroid test, it's just it's basically a IQ test. Like during the season where you get tested, unless you do get put in that protocol where they're testing every week,
right?
Because you got busted before, but usually it's an IQ test.
Because I had heard
same
this
with
before.
NBA.
They tell you baseball too. They tell you when they're going to test.
Yeah,
like
they're all playing the game.
They have to for optics have the test.
Now the one who doesn't is the UFC.
They can test you anytime.
Well, you suck because they hired an outsourcing, kind of third party that comes and tests. We're hiring you. You're in control. We have nothing to do with it, and they test you randomly, 365 days a year, multiple times.
But I think that's more important than the other sports, because I think if there's one person who's doping and another person isn't, one person in that sport, somebody can die.
Football too, though.
Yeah. I think for football, honestly, it's more about recovery for those guys, don't you think?
100%.
Like, because I've heard, and again, I've never played professional football, believe it or not, but I've heard those guys aren't really even up and walking until Wednesday.
That's why the players hate when they do the turnaround. So if they play on Sunday and they go, "Oh, you're also playing Thursday night," like, dude, you're giving me 4 days to recover. It's not enough.
Yeah. I think
the players hate when they play on Sunday and then play on Thursday. They fucking hate it.
This particular go around, I think the Rams have 2 East Coast games the next 2 weeks. I think that's what I read. But because of COVID, they can't stay out there. So whoever made the schedules, they
gotta fly back.
They got to fly back. So whoever
Cry me a river, though.
Yeah.
So you gotta get back on your private jet.
But they should.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
For them, it's like, no, it sucks, dude.
Yeah,
no, I know we fly private, but usually we stay out here, dude.
Yeah, we don't have to go
it
back.
It sucks for us, dude.
I wonder, man. I really do wonder because my brother was like, I don't think home field advantage matters in the NFL this year, and I said, actually, I think it might matter most.
Yeah,
more
because they get to stay.
Because they get to stay and just peace of mind. I think
home field doesn't matter for the NBA this year because of the bubble.
Right.
And that's why you're seeing kind of these weird teams do well, like my fucking Nuggets are in Game 7
Dude.
with the Clippers, who were projected to win it all. But, dude, the Nuggets got their number.
First of all,
speaking of shitty bodies, my boy Djokovic is doing work.
Dude, back-to-back 16-point comebacks in the second half.
Isn't it great?
Back-to-back. If I'm Doc Rivers, this concerns me. Back-to-back 16-point.
Not good.
No. That really concerns me because the Lakers are better than the Nuggets.
This what's interesting, and we can move on after this, not to get balls deep in basketball, but the Nuggets actually match up better with the Lakers than the Clippers. So if you're a Lakers fan,
why? Because Jokic?
Yeah, they're just the way we play the game.
Yeah.
If you're a Lakers fan, you should be worried if the Nuggets win.
Who's guarding from your squad? Who's guarding LeBron? That's the first thing I always go to. Who guard? Because
if
Clippers,
if you think Rondo's going to be your savior as your third man,
no, he's not.
So we got Porter, baller, right?
I just know who's guarding LeBron. I know you guys got a bunch of guys who can score on any given night.
We got Murray, right? Murray, who's a monster, but Porter, but also like. All right, LeBron can go off. Do your thing, dude. We have all sorts of answers. We got a great bench. Yep. We got the best center in the game in Djokovic. He's better than AD. We got best center in the game. The NBA agrees. He was first team All-Pro. First team All-Pro.
Better than AD. Wow.
I bet if you ask coaches too, who would you rather have on your team? Every single coach would pick Djokovic.
Oh, I don't know, man. AD seems like such a singular talent, but I can't argue that.
I'm just saying, if you're a Lakers fan, which I'm both.
Did you see Jokic hit that fadeaway off a one-leg three-pointer
monster
over Morris?
Monster, my boy Murray.
Oh my
Porter, come on, man.
You think Porter's going to end up being the big steal of that draft?
Oh yeah. Well, he's kind of a steal, right? Because he was supposed to be projected top 5, gets hurt, the Nuggets still draft him, takes a year off. Look, dude, he's a fucking baller.
He only played 2 games in college.
Baller. Great.
Are you also a Broncos fan?
Huge Broncos fan.
So you're going to watch tonight?
Fuck yes.
How do you feel about this game tonight? How do you feel about the Broncos in general?
Well, here's the thing. My boy, Will Compton, plays for the Titans.
Yeah.
And I love him. He does Bustin' with the Boys podcast. Will's my boy. He just re-signed with the Titans. I don't and then one of my best friends is the strength and conditioning coach for the Broncos. He's literally one of my best friends. He's my coach from football to UFC. So I want the Broncos to do well, but I want Will to do well. I just want a good game, I should say. But Broncos, I grew up diehard Broncos.
Yeah.
Did
you grow up?
Diehard, going to Mile High Stadium. Like, that was a big deal.
I've always said, and again, I could be 100% wrong, but I've always said the only thing that kept John Elway from
watch your mouth now.
He's
my Lord and Savior.
You're talking to somebody who thinks Elway should be held in higher esteem as far as all-time greats.
It's pretty high.
I think without Dan Reeves, I think if he had had a Shula, who had been like, because it seemed to me Dan Reeves was like, run the ball, now go win the game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So he didn't let him build up a whole ton of stats.
He was a baller, though, dude.
Dude, I think Elway deserves more credit, if possible. I think in a different system with a different coach, you're talking about a dude whose numbers are through the fucking roof. He was the first guy who could do what Aaron Rodgers does, which is sprint out to my right, and then I'm going to throw a fucking rope.
Savage.
A rope.
Savage.
That throw.
You know who deserves more credit? If I could go back in time, they say, you can start a franchise. We're going to surround them with the best players. You can pick one quarterback from the past 50 years. You know who I'd pick?
Wait. You're telling me you think this is the best quarterback of all time? Oh, can I guess?
Yeah.
What era?
Same era as Elway.
Dan Marino.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, man.
And he was also featured in my favorite movie of all time, Ace Ventura.
Yeah, it's hard to argue.
Dan Marino was a motherfucking savage.
Yeah, dude. His release was like...
And just because he didn't win a Super Bowl, no one wants to give the guy credit. It's like, Dan Marino?
Dude.
Played with nobody.
In today's day and age, because you can't bump and run. In today's day and age, with his release...
He's destroying all records.
Not even fucking close.
You guys like Drew Brees? You know what Dan Marino would do in 2020 in his prime with his little afro coming from Pitt?
Oh, he had great bar mitzvah hair. Look at that shit. I will tell you something, by the way. You know who I hate to watch play, but I love his game because he talks so much shit? Look, I love how much shit Phillip Rivers talks.
Oh, I love him.
But man, whenever he throws the ball, it looks like it's too heavy for him. He's like,
Yeah, he's getting older too.
He's pushing it out there, dude.
Older too.
It's tough to watch.
How about the ratings for that Thursday? Like, you didn't even know it was on. I think it's
How'd it do?
Not good. Lowest debut they've had, I think, down 18%.
But terrible marketing. Terrible marketing.
I think the Sunday night football season debut ratings fall from 2019. All right.
How fall?
How low is Sunday nights, though? I think it's a number of things. I think it's the protesting, that stuff people are so fucking sick of. And then I think there's so much going on. We didn't know it was coming back.
Yeah.
Because there was no preseason. Like my father-in-law, we sat down.
Yeah.
And we sat down and he goes, man, it's crazy. It's crazy they got Brady and Breeze in the third quarter still. I was like, excuse me? It was crazy you guys are still playing. It's preseason. I was like, no, it's not.
He thought it was the preseason?
He thought it was still preseason. He's like, when's the real thing start? I'm like, get out.
Right now, dude.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
But it's like, he's a calm, like he has no idea.
I had no idea. Look, Sunday Night Football, that is... Okay.
22-14.
It's a steep decline to 2019 last year's. So, yeah, I mean, you're down... Shit, dude. You're down basically 7 million.
That's a lot.
Hey, homeowners, are you guys thinking about home warranty coverage? With an American Home Shield plan, you're prepared when stuff breaks down in your home. Listen, I'm a home owner. Stuff breaks down all the time. It's worrisome. It's so expensive. I'm talking about the not so easy to fix, sometimes pretty expensive stuff like your refrigerator, heating, air conditioning. My air conditioning just broke down, plumbing and electrical. And believe me, when it happens, you're really going to be glad you have a plan in place so you're not so stressed out about things. To see what American Home Shield covers and save $50 off any plan, go to ahs.com/fighter. That's ahs.com/fighter. ahs.com/fighter. That's ahs.com/fighter for $50 off any plan. American Home Shield. Be sure with the shield. Limitations, exclusions apply. See plan for details. The holiday season's right around the corner, and this year we know the people will be buying more stuff online than ever before, especially in the world we live in right now. If you're an e-commerce seller and you're ready to meet the demands for record-breaking online shopping season, be ready with ShipStation. When you're selling online, get a massive amount of orders out quickly can be exhausting and tough. All right. That's why we choose ShipStation.com. It's the fastest, easiest, most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. Just a few clicks. You're managing orders. You're printing out. You're ready to go, man. ShipStation takes the hassle out of holiday shipping. ShipStation helps online sellers get orders out quickly, save money on shipping costs, and keep customers happy no matter what you're selling. Amazon, Etsy, your own website. ShipStation brings all your orders into one simple interface. ShipStation works with all major carriers, including USPS, FedEx, UPS, even international. We got you guys covered. No wonder ShipStation is the #1 choice of online sellers. So right now, the Fire and Kid listeners can try ShipStation free for 60 days when you use the code FIGHTER. Make sure your business is ready to meet the demands of a massive online shopping season. Get started at ShipStation.com today. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage. Type in FIGHTER. That's ShipStation.com. Then enter the code FIGHTER. ShipStation.com. Make ship happen. What'd you do this weekend, though, brother?
Well, Jacob came home.
Besides sucking off Biden. No, just kidding.
Jacob came home, my son.
Where was he?
He was touring the national parks for an Amazon Prime show.
Oh, that's cool.
Man, so...
That's a great gig.
Oh.
Did he go to Yellowstone?
He went to Glacier National out in Montana. So, okay, where do you fall on people getting super close to wild animals to take?
Not my thing. Pros, cons.
Yeah.
Pro, I get a cool Instagram pic with a grizzly bear.
One.
Con, he eats me ass first.
Yeah.
Live on Instagram TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly where I fall. Like,
so was he taking pictures of wild animals?
So he showed me, he was like, there was a herd of bison that were across the street, and it wasn't close enough. So I hopped the fence. And I'm like, stop right there.
Was the camera crew with him or something? Is
No.
he doing it for the TV show?
No, just for his Instagram.
Jacob.
I go, what? I go, how is that?
Has he not seen the videos, what bisons do to people?
Dude.
Have you ever seen those videos?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a buffalo in person? I grew up in fucking Colorado. We see buffalo.
They're massive.
They're massive, and they're not cool.
No. Here's what I would tell you.
They're hippos covered in hair and horns.
Bison.
They're hippos.
If you're an animal and you have
It's a dirt hippo.
Dude.
Boom, bitch. This could be you, Jacob.
Look in the air. And look at that.
Boom, bitch.
Oh.
It's a hairy rhinoceros. That's what that is.
When you have knives on your face, you're not friendly. That's not.
But again, just pros, cons, dude. Go to the zoo if you want to get close.
That's my saying. Like, what's the? Why are you going? He said, I really wanted to see a bear. What? You want to see a
I
bear?
have no desire to do that.
No, I don't. I've seen a bear on Google.
Yeah. I've seen one at the zoo. I mean, sure, he's depressed and like broken, but
Yeah, and he's wearing a hat.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like an alien come here. I'm like, I want to check out humans, and goes
Yeah.
to a prison.
Oh.
Like looks at him like they look pretty sad.
Yeah, why you
that's
just-
what we do
just
with animals.
hanging there.
They look real sad.
I heard an interview with a guy who spent time in prison, and you might have told me the same thing. Who was like, I kind of miss it.
Oh yeah, I got a buddy who's like, he was doing some bad stuff, and he's like, it's not the end of the world if I go back. It's actually pretty awesome. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
He's like, you're just with your boys all day.
Yeah.
There's kind of a schedule. We like hang out. I'm like, Well, you're pitching it to me pretty. I mean, should we rob a bank? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like,
how do I get in?
but they were like, because it's you. There's what this dude was talking about. He was like, you just know what your day to day is. There's no guessing. And I was like, do you know?
Go in the military.
Yeah.
Enter the military. Do yourself a service.
Or just set yourself a schedule.
Dude, get on a club basketball team.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know what.
Set yourself a schedule, dude. Dude, speaking of your son going around to all these national parks, dude, have you watched Yellowstone?
No.
Kat, have you watched Yellowstone with Kevin Costner?
No.
So I talked about him below the belt. I got balls deep in it, dude. I have a cowboy hat. I wear a cowboy hat, and I'm in my underwear, and I drink whiskey when I watch Yellowstone. It's
Get the fuck out of here.
Top 5 all-time series for me. It is so fucking good.
Do you have a hat like that?
I do.
Do you have a picture of this hat, or
I'm gonna take a picture for you. We're gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna take a picture. I'll blast on the internet.
Now So you go whiskey, underwear.
I go American whiskey because I'm a Japanese whiskey guy. But when I'm watching Yellowstone, because they're so goddamn American, they drink a lot of whiskey. I drink Buffalo Trace American whiskey.
Yeah.
I have a cowboy hat on, and I fucking.
Can I tell you something embarrassing?
What's up?
So one time I went to college in San Antonio, and
What college?
a college called Trinity.
Oh yeah.
So not a lot of Jews at Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
So we're out one night, and there's this woman. She was like 31, which at that time that's old, man.
Sure.
Meet her out at this bar, and she was just basically, I got a free night. Basically, she was with her friends. She basically was like, I got a free night, and I'm ready to fuck. And
they don't mess around.
Yeah, and I was on board. So I go back, and
You're 22.
I was 21 or 22. Go back to my place. Now, my game plan is I just gotten a guitar. She said, it's my birthday. Can you play me a song on guitar? And I was like, I just gotten it like 2 weeks before. So I was like, yeah, come on back. I'm going to figure something out for you. She goes, can you play me Happy Birthday? I'm like, absolutely. I'll play Happy Birthday. So my game is, this is the plan. She's driving back in her car. I'm driving back in mine. I'm going to get the guitar out and noodle around a little bit.
Whatever.
Yeah, but
riff a little bit.
Yeah, but maybe acapella a little Happy Birthday and see if I can't slide right into the panties. I come home. My buddy Tim was jacked. Jack. Tim is wearing tighty whities.
Hell yeah.
Cowboy hat.
Does he get on a drum set or some shit?
Nope. This is how he used to watch TV. Tighty whities, cowboy hat, half gallon of milk, and a plain baked potato. And he would drink the milk and eat the baked potato.
Jesus Christ.
This dude was...
Is he a baseball player?
No, he was...
No, just a jacked
Just
dude.
jacked and fucking bananas,
Yeah.
right? And he would drink the milk out of the side of his mouth so he could eat, so it was always dripping.
Oh, wow.
So I come home and he's sitting there, and he wouldn't sit on the couch. He would sit crisscross applesauce in front of the couch and watch TV. So we come home and I get this grown-ass woman with me. And so I'm like, hey, and she comes in and she sees Tim. I'm like, hey, Tim. And he's like, hey, man. And so he's just he's sitting there and he's drinking his milk and he's eating his baked potato. And she sits on the couch a little ways down from him. And I'm like, can I get you a drink? She said, cool. And I go, hey, I just got to use the restroom real quick. And I hand her a drink. And I go into the bathroom, and I go to the bathroom, and I'm talking myself up. 31's old. At that age, that's a grown person.
Oh, yeah.
And
especially when you're in college. Like,
dude, I'm psyching myself up. I'm honestly, when you were younger, were you ever worried about performing sexually with somebody who you thought was way more experienced than you?
Oh, yeah.
So that was my big thing. I was just like, she's gonna say something like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, know you're amateur hour.
Yeah, dude. And so my plan was, I was talking myself up. My plan was like, I was gonna say, it's your birthday, so you tell me what to do. That was gonna be my gift to you. It's whatever you want. That's all I'm gonna learn without being embarrassed.
Tight move.
Right?
Good plan.
I said it a couple times in the mirror.
Yeah.
I was playing it up. I was like, what do you want me?
Yeah.
Boy, then I tried
it's your birthday.
I tried a little matter of fact.
Birthday girl, it's your night.
Yeah, it's just, it was basically the song from Twins. Tonight is your night, bro. Right? So I had it all psyched up, and I walk out, and I was in the bathroom a little longer than I thought. The TV's still on. The milk and the potato are there, but Tim and the girl are gone.
Oh, Tim's fucking.
So I look in the kitchen, and Tim's jacked, dude. Tim is jacked. Tim's 6'1". a solid 240.
Oh, wow.
No, like thighs,
Yeah, sure.
like a solid. A guy who you were like, even if he was wearing his tighty whities and a cowboy hat and you walked in, you'd be like,
Yeah, that's cool.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
He's basically Mike Allstott.
Yeah,
Body
yeah.
type.
I'm like, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah.
I got no argument. And so I looked down into his room and he just had the cowboy hat on his doorknob. And I was like,
wow.
motherfucker.
Tight move,
So
man.
I just I did a couple of light, just light, you know what I mean? The light
Are you
knock?
guys in there?
Yeah, I did a couple of light knocks. But the first light knock was, hey, hello? And the second light knock was, I didn't know if you still wanted me to play Happy Birthday.
Is somebody's birthday in here? She's all get out.
Yeah,
man.
dude. It was
Are you
not.
mad at your buddy or you understood?
No, good for you.
Yeah.
If in a 7-minute period you could turn the game around that quick,
I don't
In
know
your
if that's
tighty
more
whities?
if I don't know if that's more of his game or her just being cock hungry.
I think she looked at my body and his.
And was like, I'm gonna go with this guy.
She knew she was not going for a boyfriend. She was just out to get fucked. She was 31 who wanted to date a younger guy or have sex with a younger guy.
And he's there in his underoos already with a
She-
cowboy hat on.
Knowing what she knows what he's packing. He's got body and his underoos on. He might as well as Oshkosh.
She probably thought he's probably a little simple with milk and the potato.
100%.
She's like, hey, peanut butter falcon,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
That's what happened.
And by the way, I had to listen to them fuck.
Oh man.
It was like, and he came in
Did he say anything?
when he came out. So he came out, right? And they finished, and I went into my room. I was in the living room, right? Because my room was near the room, so I mean, I don't want to hear it too much.
You don't want to stand outside the door and jack off?
No,
I
not
mean, it's
this.
college, so
not
it's what
this
kids.
time.
I think that's what kids do. I don't know.
So she walks right past me. And he comes and sits down, picks up the milk, picks up the baked potato,
Carries back.
carries right back in.
Wow, what a savage.
Yeah. And he just sat there for a second and he just looked at me. He goes, sorry about that. And I was like, nah, whatever.
Wow, you're a good guy.
Yeah, man, what do you got? Listen, what do you.
He didn't say like, man, that was a real wildcat.
Later, because I go, how was it? He was like, man, she was grown up.
Mama knew what she liked. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I
I don't like the guys that tell you all the details after they hook up with
I don't
a
need
girl.
to
Like,
know.
what the fuck, dude?
I don't need to know.
I don't need a podcast on the girl you fucked on Friday.
I've never.
I don't need a podcast, dude.
I've never needed that.
Never. I'm like, I don't care, dude. I wasn't there. It's not my dick. I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, you want to know my best move?
Like, dude, whoa. Hey, don't need a podcast and you're hooking up with chicks.
The only time I've told stories is when they're embarrassing for me.
Correct.
Like the first time I ever went down on a girl. So I was probably 15 and we were both drinking and I'm like, I'm going to try to go down on this girl. So
Are you at your parents' house?
No. I'm at her dad rented her an apartment when she was 15.
Yeah, there's going to be some issues there. Yeah, sure.
So like he lived down the hall, but she
Still. Just bad parenting.
is that the right? Isn't that the
Bad parenting 101.
Oh, cool. She was like, no, but he lives down the hall. I'm like, but we can come here whenever. And she was like, yeah, he does. I said, does he have a key? And she said, no.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Is that bad? That's bad
Yeah,
parenting,
it's
right?
bad.
Okay.
It couldn't have ended well for her. Yeah.
It didn't end well. For her.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I go down on her. And so this is so embarrassing. So I don't know how long it's supposed to happen or
Sure.
really what I'm supposed to do.
They still don't. Yeah.
So I come back up. As I'm coming back up, I just heard.
She fell asleep.
So she was asleep.
It's tough.
So when we were leaving, I was telling my boys, "Oh, I knocked her the fuck out." You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so good, knocked
It's
her
so
out.
good.
Yeah.
Put it as. So when I was in school, I was coming back
no.
talking. I was like, "Yeah, y'all," and there was a dude. I think it was Kevin Campbell, and I was telling him, he was like, "Yeah, bro, She said she fell asleep.
Oh, she told the school?
I was like, oh no, man.
Who tells the school?
Yeah, so I don't mind. Like, that's a story I'll tell now because it's funny. When you go down on a girl and she falls asleep,
Yeah, that's a bummer.
that's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
Have you ever had anything super embarrassing happen to you in bed? Where you were like, don't tell anybody that.
No, I remember my first girlfriend, we were hooking up and we're getting hot and heavy and she farted like loud right on my hand. And you're like
On your hand?
yeah.
Yeah, that was my first question. You were
I was playing with her
got
and
it,
she
got
farted.
it. So almost like in your hand, like a gift.
Like hard. And I could tell she was so embarrassed.
Could you feel the
Oh, dude.
on your hand?
Oh, it was fucking like she was farted on a bleacher.
Let me ask you another question.
I
Honestly,
just
did you smell it later?
Well, no, I just pretend like she was like I literally just was all
How old were you?
16.
Oh, well, shit, dude.
I was just like, okay, that's terrible.
But at 16, 0 deal breakers.
Well, she was my girlfriend,
Yeah.
but it was also like
Okay.
you don't really know how to react in that situation, you know?
No.
I was just like,
Yeah, is this supposed to happen?
and I just pretended it didn't happen. I wanted to die is what I wanted to do. I wanted somebody to beam me up like Star Trek, get me the fuck out of there.
Dude, I think I would have thought at 16 that
funny?
just happened when you had your finger. You were
Yeah, I was finger.
I would have thought maybe I pushed a button and that's what happened.
I
You
knew
pushed that
exactly
button.
what happened. She farted.
I don't.
It was so embarrassing.
Okay, my
Like
biggest.
you fart around your girl now?
Yeah, I fart on her.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
I fart on her. I remember we went a long time.
Chin, you be farting on your girl?
No.
No.
Are you? Do you fart in front of each other?
No, she doesn't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
I don't either.
So-
me and my girl have been together 7 years. Never once.
I never did until she said, "It's okay if you fart in front of me." And I said to her, "This is a Pandora's box."
How long were you guys together? Like day 2?
No, we were probably 2 years in.
Yeah.
And she was like, "It's totally okay." And I said, "Just like, this is a bad move for you, because now that you say it's okay, you have no idea."
Isn't it weird how funny farts are? Like my
Always.
son told, like, he's 4, so he'll fart. He finds them funny. And I go, dude, you can do this at home and you can do this when you get outside in the playground, but don't do this in school. He goes, why, Daddy? I go, because none of the girls are going to like you, dude. You don't want to be fart boy.
Yeah.
So wait till you get outside. So, he listens, right? You don't want to be fart boy. So he got in the car. I picked him up on Friday from school. He get in the car and I always go, how was your day, buddy? He goes, good. And I go, what happened? And he could not stop laughing because his friend Alex farted in front of a girl. And he could not stop laughing. He was telling me the story because he was laughing. I was laughing. And I was like, I'm 37 laughing at these 4-year-olds farting. Dude, we were hysterically laughing. And I go, did you laugh in front of them? He goes, I didn't, Dad. I didn't. I walked away and laughed in the corner because I didn't want to embarrass him.
That's
I
super
know.
sweet. The fart is always funny. I have my favorite kind of fart is the walk fart. My dad is the master of the
All dads are.
the walking fart is
And
like
my dad was like, is there a frog out here? I'm
Yeah.
like, every time, dude?
yeah. Is that
You have no other new material? Every time? Like, he was out here last year and farted, went on a hike.
Yeah.
He goes, there are frogs out here in
Yeah.
California. And I go,
still?
You're what?
That's your go-to?
Jay Leno? You haven't done a new set in how many years?
I think farts are always funny. I don't know that you'll ever convince me that they're not. I think that anybody who says that they aren't funny just won't laugh at them around you. A fart is always funny in front of the right crowd,
Oh, yeah.
without a doubt, and a well placed, like one of those.
Dude, I saw some video. I think it was Barstool. This girl, her roommates film it. She's like, my roommate didn't want to fart in front of her boyfriend, so she walked into the other room and they're laughing. She's filming it. She rips the biggest fart. Have you seen it? Have you seen
It's
this
great.
guy? Was it on Barstool?
Yeah, it was on Barstool.
It was so fucking funny.
I also am a big fan of the lighting farts on fire and your asshole being lit on fire.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm look, I like weird
There it
silly
goes.
shit.
I think it's
Yeah.
Barstool,
Let's
but
see.
it was a newer post.
I think this just This is the
No,
one,
not
right?
that one. That's not. I would go to their
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, or their
Instagram.
website. Oh, is it on their Instagram?
Yeah.
It's always funny, and for whatever reason, you can always get, especially kids when they're born, they laugh at a fart.
Oh yeah, my 9-month-old will laugh his ass off.
Is it in here?
I thought it was. I mean, I'm sure they're posting a shit ton because of football.
All the-
Keep
1 week,
going.
okay.
For
Right
football
next to the
season, I'm
Odell
sure they
Beckham
really ramp it up.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that it?
Here we go.
Oh, here we
So
go.
it says, dude is definitely doing the same thing in the other room. So like, she goes, when your roommate has to come into your room to fart because her boyfriend is here, listen to them.
That was it.
It sounds like somebody laughing in the corner.
It sounds like a gremlin. in the corner. It's just fucking ridiculous. But you're this weekend. So your son came home.
Son came home, man.
He's been gone for how long?
Month and a half. We were psyched
You
to have
need to
him
watch
home.
Yellowstone with your son.
I'm definitely gonna. We're definitely gonna.
It's so fucking good, dude. It's so good. I want to move to Montana.
By the way, I hope they do a second season of Love on the Spectrum. If they
me too.
don't, it will be an atrocity.
Agree.
That guy, Michael, is the single most likable person ever in the history of
He's the
television.
best.
In the history of television, I'm like, this is the.
But now the girl I found the most unlikable character.
She was the
one
one who
who-
danced around a little
And
bit.
farted and burped in front of the guy, and then was kind of like had high standards.
Yeah, she
was kind of an asshole.
This guy here,
Oh, dude.
is he the most likable guy ever in the history of
First of all,
television?
he's the friendliest looking guy of all time. But the other guy too, the guy who was
Kelvin?
the one, the third one in, top row chick.
Oh, he was so
was nice,
nice.
too.
He was the.
I like how honest they go. Well, it's I think we're better off as friends, but I do need friends, so I'd like to contact you in the future.
It's so.
They're so nice.
It the what I didn't know about autism is how much of it was a social, like how the social issues.
Yeah.
But I find the direct truth
Refreshing.
with no emotion so interesting.
It's very like they don't blur any lines.
No.
Like they'll be on the date and they go, I just feel like you're not my type. I'm more into Asians and you're red.
Yeah.
And it's not my thing. And she goes, okay.
Yeah. Do you think this is going well? No. Got it.
Or do you like video games? Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And it's like it's on.
It's so I find it like
It's like, oh, cool.
One of the guys was like, when the interviewer asked him, said, "What do you think will be the biggest issue for you?" And he's to know what your biggest issue is. He said social issues, but to know it and not be able to do anything about it, like the human condition in this is so fascinating. Because you know what else is great, dude? Honestly, at the end of the day, what really connects people to this is that you see the basic human issue of just wanting to connect with another person.
Well,
is what this
did you
comes
see
down to.
I say I'm a stats guy. You see the stats of the people with autism finding
Yeah.
love? Like it's like 97% don't ever like get married. It's such a bummer.
But that is like, it shows you, man, there are a couple shows that have helped me so much during quarantine. Alone was one of them, and this one also, Love on the
You
Spectrum.
got to start Yellowstone, dude.
But Yellowstone
Or
is
90 Day Fiance. That's what I'm into. bro.
Beth has been a little hesitant to start 90 Day Fiance.
Why?
She's still watching Housewives. I
Dude,
can't get
Trump's
it.
Housewives.
I can't get in on
Housewives
that.
is so, listen, I worked for Bravo. Housewives is so doctored and all that shit. Dude, 90 Day Fiance is some real shit, son. It's real shit, real problems.
What do you think you'd have a better chance finding somebody with the 90 Day Fiance setup or the Love is Blind?
Oof, Love is Blind.
You'd have a better.
Well, 90 Day Fiance, it's like because it's 90 Day Fiance, so it's gonna be someone foreign, right? And it's always a little weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird dynamic. They want the green card. She's hot enough. All right, yeah.
Yeah,
Green card,
yeah.
girl. We'll figure it out.
The Love is Blind.
Love is Blind is tough, right?
I gotta tell you,
I didn't get through all of Love is
Oh.
Blind. I found it boring. Halfway through, I was like, I got it.
Yeah.
Did that ever happen to you?
yes, that happens every
People
year.
are gonna
Like
hate me for this, but that was me in Sopranos.
what?
Yeah. 3 episodes in, I went, I'm good.
No, you don't get it. 3 episodes?
When's the last time you watched it?
I went back and watched the whole
How
first
long ago?
season. 4 months. I've been home alone.
recently.
Yeah, dude. Sopranos. Really? What part of it do you felt like you got? It was
I wasn't that interested. And compared to the TV we have now,
Yeah.
compared to that, it's so much better now.
What would you say is so much better?
Everything. Storylines, the editing, the
What-
acting.
Oh boy! What show in particular would you say is so much better besides Yellowstone? It's so much better than
Yellowstone
Sopranos.
for sure. I'd say Narcos. All seasons are better.
I haven't seen any Narcos, but I haven't seen Titanic either. So
Yeah, that's fine though.
people have been on me this week about not
About
seeing
Titanic?
Holy fuck, man!
You gotta do yourself a service, man.
I got to tell you, I had no idea so many of your fans were big Titanic guys.
fuck,
They're
dude.
guys in their feelings. Like, how are you not watching?
How do you not say this?
I haven't seen Titanic. I haven't seen The Notebook. I'm not in my feelings.
Notebook, I'm not. Yeah, but Titanic's a solid movie.
Isn't it just like it's not? You wouldn't consider that to be,
A love story?
yeah, a cheeky
'cause-
flick.
No, not really. Because Leonardo DiCaprio, it's Titanic, so it's pretty brutal at the end. There.
Yeah.
Rose is a bit of a cunt, right? She was really cock teasing Leo the whole time.
Yeah.
Jack, and then like they could have took turns on the ship door when they were both freezing.
I mean, true.
you
She
think
could have
about it.
shared a door with him.
Yeah. Think about it. Like we could have taken turns so I didn't freeze to death.
I also feel like I've been told the movie so many times that like
you got it.
I think
You know what?
so.
That's where I'm at with Sopranos. Got it.
But you don't though.
Now I know people are gonna be upset about this.
But-
Did you watch The Wire?
No, I watched the first 3 episodes and I was like, I got it. Honestly, I watched the first 3 episodes.
Wow, see how we're the same.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what,
Wow.
man.
Watch True Blood? Suck it.
I do watch True Blood. I like that kind of campy stuff. But I'm gonna get into. I'll go back and watch The Wire.
Oh, I mean it's heavy, and towards the end it sucks.
But you watch Breaking Bad?
another one. Got it.
No, you. I'm gonna tell you right now, 100% Breaking Bad.
Got it.
You don't got.
I got it.
How many
Teacher,
episodes you got it?
Can't, I did 4.
No, you don't got it. You don't got it. Breaking Bad?
I know.
No, man.
I know, dude. Got
No,
it.
man.
Did you watch Ozark?
Nah, I watched the first 3 episodes and I'm like, I got it.
Why?
Yeah, I did. I watched the first 3 episodes.
Yellowstone to get you right away. It's so well done, and the writer Sheridan, you would love all his stuff.
Are you telling me, if you were telling me 1 out of the 3, Yellowstone, The Wire, or what was the other one you just said?
Ozark,
Ozark. Which one? What should I watch?
Yellowstone, fantastic.
Okay.
Kevin Costner. Name one bad thing he's ever done.
Oh no, dude, I'm Team Costner.
Now you could argue Waterworld, but I found it entertaining as a kid.
I am Team.
Kevin Costner
Kevin
with
Costner.
gills, sign me up. dude.
Yeah, man. And by the way, he was so fucking good as a young dude.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Bodyguard.
come on. Would you put Costner's career up against, say, Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks
They're
is
different.
so much more like, he's like a major movie star, right?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks does not miss. Never made a bad movie. Has never had to do TV. Not that it's a bad
He
thing.
did
but
Bosom Buddies. That's where he started.
That's true. I'm saying, like he's such a
Who would you put?
blockbuster.
Who would you put on Costner's level?
Denzel Washington.
Really? Same. You think those two are the same kind of level?
If you look at their accolades, it's like fuck, dude.
I bet you.
Is this Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
If you look at what's his will you go right to his
IMDb?
IMDb? I bet how many credits do you think he's got? Right off the top of your head, without
Kevin
looking.
Costner?
How many credits do you think he's got?
Oh my! Well, you're talking from when he was young.
Yeah, because I think he did some TV. Okay, so I think if we look at his filmography, I'm not looking
I think Tom Hanks is going to trump everybody
with the number.
with as far as hits.
Yeah, box office money for sure.
Dude, you look at Tom Hanks like, holy shit.
Box office money.
Forrest
So
Gump?
I bet you Kevin Costner has been in. I'll give him 112 credits.
Oh, wow.
112.
You think more than Tom Hanks?
I think he probably did more bit stuff. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd say 112 things.
Tom Hanks got pretty famous pretty fast. When you think of the movie Big.
Yeah, man, that was early on. How many credits do you have? Am I close? 112?
Let's see.
61. That's not even close.
Oh,
You wanna see
dude,
Tom
John
Hanks?
Dutton. He's John Dutton in Yellowstone. I want in the goddamn ranch, dude.
See-
brand me, bro.
But he's had more, without a doubt,
Tom
more
Hanks?
big hits.
Oh, dude.
But what is with the revision? Where do you fall on Forrest Gump? I know a lot of people now hate it.
What? Really?
So there's a
You've been hanging out with ISIS members?
there's big backlash and going
No.
back and saying,
Ooh. What?
if you look,
What group are you hanging out in?
I don't
Is this
agree
that
with you,
Biden
man.
group you're doing every Tuesday?
I don't agree with you, but there are some people who have gone back now and said Forrest Gump, not a good movie.
Get the fuck out
Thank
of here.
you
Forrest
so
Gump
much.
is fantastic.
So I was on a date with a girl in that movie, and dude, there's a point in the movie where I was tearing up, right? And this was our second date, and I was about to lean over and go, "It's a great movie, right?" And she leans over and she goes, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "What?" She goes, "Are you fucking crying?"
Over the
at-"
Jenny part?
She goes, "Are you fucking crying at this movie?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "You shouldn't be." Just
Oh,
like that.
wow.
And I was like,
Out. You're out. Dude, first of all, another movie. Jenny, real bitch,
Jenny.
man. When you think about Jenny, the shit she drugged my boy Forrest Gump through, just a real cock tease the entire time. He was loyal, and then she gets AIDS, dude.
yeah. But I mean,
And then finally, she does this whole shit. She's whoring out. She's playing guitar on the road.
Totally.
He sticks by her. She's with that Black Panther dude.
Yeah.
Forrest beats his ass. He's ride or die. Then finally, she's fucked every guy in Alabama. Gets done. She goes, you know what? Now I'll be with you.
yeah.
Oh, after he's a billionaire, started Apple.
Yeah, man. But just, I don't know
She's
a
a
whole lot of
fucking asshole, man.
I don't know a lot of young, hot women who are going to be dating retarded guys.
Was he? But that's the argument. No one knows what he has. There's a thing on Instagram. Not on Instagram. The web. Like they're like, what did Forrest Gump have? And they've had experts look at it. It's Asperger's.
That makes sense. But I also don't know a whole lot.
Like I'd love to see him on Full Spectrum.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of young women who are dating. Just being honest, they're not going all in on Asperger's.
Bro, I'll tell you right now.
Early
if
on.
Bill Gates or homeboy who owns Amazon.
Yes.
Had Asperger's.
Yes.
They're still getting their dick sucked
Yeah.
every day.
But look, he finally got Jenny when he had a little dough.
Jenny was a fucking asshole, man.
Hey, look, and I'll tell you something else. Young Robin Wright. Oh my God,
Oh, smoke show.
uncomfortably
Chin,
attractive.
Google that. What did Forrest Gump have? I'm pretty sure
Asperger's is probably right.
Also, he has 92 credits as an actor.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah, he had
Tom-
40 something
I call
as a
him Tom
producer.
Hanks.
Talking about
Thomas Hanks?
Tommy. You talking about Tommy?
Tommy, how do you feel about his son and the Jamaican accent?
Not mad at it.
I-
Listen, dude,
makes me
again,
laugh.
If your dad's Forrest Gump, it's gonna be a tough world to navigate.
Yeah, it
dude.
really is.
Yeah, you're gonna be a white rapper. You know who else is a white rapper? Tommy Hilfiger's son,
Really?
and it's tatted up all over his face.
How are your bars? If I was like,
Not good.
could you spit?
No, not at all. And, you know, it's like something like you have.
Yeah.
Like like Little Dicky or these guys. They just have it. I don't have that.
What would you say on on 1 0 to 10 if I was going to be like your freestyle?
0.
0? Are you a 0?
Dude, 0.
I'm good with rhyming. I can get 4 lines out and then my brain
not,
goes.
Not for me.
Gump talk.
I'm saying autism.
I will tell
Diagnosed with autism. Yeah.
that, but autism isn't that aren't autism Asperger's
Similar,
connected?
same.
It's a spectrum.
It's in the on the spectrum, right? So I think they are. But I think, the more I shows and the more I look into autism and Asperger's, I think there are more people I know who might not have been diagnosed. When you saw Love on the
Some
Spectrum,
buddies with some Asperger's.
they feel very Asperger.
Who does?
There are some people that both you and I know.
Yeah, no, I got a buddy who he's so ridiculously smart.
Yeah.
But then his connection, verbal skills, you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
But you ask him something about history or this, and he just rattles off. But as far as
Socially.
socially, it's like a nightmare.
Yeah, when you're like, did you just say that out loud in front of everybody right now?
But they're really good at this one thing.
Yeah.
Or, they're really smart in this area.
I think that telling the truth in public like that without being diagnosed has got to be really, really difficult. Because people
What should they do? Have a card?
no, but
Before we have a drink, I want you to know.
but you
I'm
should
going to say some shit.
no, but that's what I mean. But how difficult must that be? I can't even imagine, dude. I can't imagine not being diagnosed. That's what I mean.
I
and
feel
you
you.
think that there's something wrong.
But I have a friend who's like doesn't bullshit at all.
Yeah.
He's like always super truthful, even if it hurts people's feelings. And I'm always scared to bring people around him.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, dude, like, you bullshit, you're gonna get called out on it. It's like, fuck, dude.
But if
you don't feel like safe to play. You know what I'm saying?
100%. But if he had
So you find yourself almost acting different, like reserved, because you don't want the backlash to come on you. If that makes sense.
oh, that makes
Like I have a friend who's like that, and you're like, oh God, better watch my P's and Q's.
well, dude, there's also like, man, there are guys. I have guys that I grew up with that's their whole game. They just can't wait for you to say something stupid.
Well, that's my brother.
They're gonna ride you for a fucking hour.
That's my brother.
I mean, all
Like
you
if,
have to do.
like if you would have been like, oh, how does AD cover Jokic? He'd be like, you fucking, and then goes because he knows him. He doesn't have Asperger's, but he knows like the stats, like all like
Yeah.
like if like the stats I was telling you about the protests, he'll know all of them to a T, and the other side of it, and he's just waiting for you to poke him, and then it's like, all right, I don't care, dude.
My
like I
brother-
was literally just.
Yeah, I don't need the.
It was awkward silence in the
Yeah.
car. We're driving. I went, hey, I think the Nuggets do against the Clippers. And he goes off. You're like, all right, dude. Again, I don't need a podcast on the Nuggets Clippers game 7.
And my brother will also. He'll wait for me instead of saying Jokic. If I said Jokic,
Oh,
he
yeah.
would ride me for an hour. Oh, is that Jokic?
Or, you know,
is that Jokic?
when I did the
Fucking
podcast
got
with
it.
Rappaport, we were talking basketball. Me and Rapp know basketball, but not like my brother. He has his black belt in basketball. He knows
Yeah.
all the stats, everything. And after the podcast aired that night, he sent me stats where I was wrong. I'm like, hey, dude, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You want to be stat boy? You want to come on the show and be this fact checker? You want to be that guy? I'll hire you if you want to be that guy.
Yeah. I do
Otherwise, when I
love
can have a show, I bro science everything.
fact check. Twitter fact check is my favorite.
Fact check McGee.
Come the fuck. Actually, Larry Bird only played in 81 games.
I know, like, oh, I'm sorry. I said 80. My bad. There's nothing worse.
I
But it
can't.
holds the conversation.
The,
Like, you'll be arguing, like, no, Larry Bird in the 80th game, like, it's actually 77th. And I'm like, all right.
it's not information or facts that help push this conversation.
No, dude.
As a matter of fact, you're slowing it down. I don't need. This is one thing I miss about people not having their phones on them all the time. Is because you could actually just have a conversation. Let me like, fucking, let me check that out.
That's me and my dad.
Oh yeah, let me fucking check that out.
That's my dad.
I
I'll
can't.
argue something, and then 2 hours later, it's done. I'll come up like, yeah, you remember what you were saying about that? I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't.
Like, you're still, oh, dude, get the,
I'm past that.
it's like, come on, dude.
I'm past that. My brother.
I meant to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
man.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was supposed to do. I don't know if you know this. I think I texted you. I was supposed to do Cap City's end of the month.
Yeah.
Cap City is shut down for good, dude.
What
Austin, Texas,
my
a staple of the
top 5 club for me in the country?
easily
Top 5 club for me in the country.
I was looking so forward to it. I went, hey. I was talking to the manager. I go, I'll do the show for free.
Yeah.
I'll donate all the money. Keep the lights on. He goes, it's too late, dude.
Yeah, I offered
too
the same
late.
thing. I said, "Do you need us to come down and do some free show?"
Whatever you want. Too late. It's such a bummer.
It is such a iconic place and such a cool room, and the crowds there were so good. Now, I think we both know somebody with a shit ton of money who's a comedian who just moved to Austin. I would not be surprised to see a comedy club open up there again.
In Austin, yes, I want to open it up there in that strip mall.
Not in the
I wasn't
northern
crazy
part.
about the location.
No, it's not near where the people are.
No.
Where would you go
Downtown
downtown
Austin.
closer?
It would crush, dude.
It's one of my favorite.
I'm sure we were talking about Rogan.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to do it.
To me, what I love the most about
I told you
Austin
I'm not
crowds-
moving anymore, right?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did. I told you I am, right?
I know. You're going to Nashville.
I'm really excited.
Theo comes back from Nashville this week.
for
He's
good.
gone.
He just did a month.
He's just doing them. Like, people think he's moving there. Theo just went out there to do different guests for his podcast, but he lives here.
So he lives here.
Yeah, he lives here. He just
He-
went out there to mix it up, and he's flying back, and then he might do another 3 weeks out there. He's only doing 3 weeks.
Man, I when we found the place, I cannot wait to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do my high live down there because I don't know how legal weed is.
In Nashville? Oh, they don't.
I think we should be all
Miley
right.
Cyrus lives there, dude.
Does she?
Yeah.
By the way, do you know that's my dream guest of anything ever? I've been on this. Do you know that
I feel like you could make that happen.
I had to awkwardly convince Jacob
I remember that.
to
You told
pretend
us
like
that
he wanted a
story.
picture?
Yeah.
Like,
you can get her on.
I don't think so.
I do.
I
Especially
would.
in Nashville.
I would fan the fuck. Who would to you? Do you have an ultimate guest? Do you have anybody that you would fangirl over?
I mean, I'd say on here, and the fans know this, which I think they'd find it weird. I fangirled over Mark Maron
Did you really?
because I love his podcast. I think he's the best interview in the game. He's like a godfather of podcasting.
Yeah.
I think he was surprised because when he came on here, I was like, dude, do you remember this? You remember when you were Brad Pitt? And I think even Brad was like, dude, chill out. And you could tell Mark's like, oh, fuck, he actually listens to the podcast. Like, I'd love to be on his podcast.
What is it about
I just don't
his-
think I'm a match because I think he hates athletes. He probably looks at me like an athlete instead of a comic.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd have me on his pod.
What do you
Which is a
like the
bummer.
most about his style?
I don't know. He just gets them like to open up, and then like with Jerry Seinfeld, they've had their issues before, and he even talks about he's like I just couldn't get through to Jerry. I couldn't break that wall, and
Well-
you can tell like he tries to break that wall where they get out of their like promo or what the fuck they're on there for, and he
Yeah.
breaks through it. I don't know. I just like I'll ride my bike and just listen to Mark Maron. Even if it's the guests I don't like really care for, I'll listen to it and it's great.
It's funny, yeah. I you can tell a good interviewer when there are people on there that you don't really care to listen to, and you're listening anyway.
Yep.
That to me, like, so that's a sign that guy connects
Oh,
with
he's
you.
good, man.
I
Even his Skype interviews, which I hate Skype. Even his Skype ones, like he had J.K. Simmons on the other day. It was fucking good, man.
he does. He's
Scared of the word. So me and him politically completely
yes.
off. But I don't. He'll talk about political stuff in the beginning or COVID and stuff. And even when it comes to COVID, me and him are on opposite sides. But it's not that I wouldn't stop listening because of it. I don't respect him any less.
But, dude,
some of the smartest people I know are, opposite of what I believe.
It's important to listen to smart people who think the opposite of you.
Oh, I seek out the opposite. It actually helps your argument or helps whatever point of view you have.
100%. It's one of the reasons that I think that when you start to censor voices you don't like, it's super
It's a
dangerous.
bad idea.
Are you so? Would you say that your stand up, as you're doing more of it, do you think quarantine or the time off stage has made you want to push the envelope more on stage? Like, were you like, you know what? I haven't been on stage in so long. I want to start fucking talking about this, or I want to push it, or do you feel like it's done the opposite?
I've never been that I've never been said like political. I've never said stuff that really poked the bear like that.
You don't have to you don't have to be
I know what
political
you're
to
saying,
push
but
the
like
envelope.
I know, but I stay away from that. But you did stand up recently, but you had a long time off.
Yeah.
Did you do a bit where you're like, oh, that's not really relevant anymore? Like that's really not the move anymore. Like in the current climate, that's like I have a bit where I reference Trump and my wife and Mexicans. I'm like, that's actually not the move anymore. Like I got to reapproach how I'm gonna tell this now.
Well-
this ain't gonna work in the climate that I'm doing it. Does that make sense?
100%.
And like now, more like the material's more about, just what we're dealing with. Like you can't. It's to me, it's so strange because I came out doing an hour right away, and it's like that hour that I did before COVID started till now. It's like, oh, that stuff doesn't matter to me. I don't know if it matters to the fans. It doesn't matter to me anymore.
But that's
it's
the
not
key.
important. Like
If it's not important to you anymore,
it's definitely not important to them.
then it's not
So I
important to
found
them.
myself really chopping a lot of stuff out.
It's interesting. So for me, because I'm doing mostly personal stories, that wasn't a feeling. However, if I don't tell a story for a while, I lose the taste for it.
Yeah, me too. Like I'm like, and then I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Then I dread doing the set.
Me too.
Not the set. I'll dread that part. And you know how it is when you're on stage. I can be doing a bit, going, "This is next." Going, fuck, that is next." Oh God, let's just get through that,
Dude, one
and
of
then
the
your
reasons-
performance isn't as good.
One of the reasons that I put guitar at the end of my set is because
Look forward to it?
I love it so much.
Have you ever been doing a set? Because you've done it so many times, you're saying it.
Oh, yeah.
But in your mind, you might be thinking about all right, after this, I got 200
All the time.
VIP. After this. And isn't it crazy?
Crazy.
Isn't it weird?
All the time.
And I can even get, if you're used to set so many times, you can be going through it and it's coming out of your mouth, but your head's somewhere else. And then there might be a heckler, something where you have to veer off, and you can actually do that.
It's so crazy. You compartmentalize.
It's nuts where it's like,
Yeah.
how the fuck does the brain know to...
I've started doing, like, especially with longer stories, I will get in there, and as I get in there, if I'm telling the story and looking around, I'm trying to go, okay, I'm going to speed it up, actually. In 2 minutes from now, where I usually sit down, I'm not going to sit down. They're a little low energy. So I'm planning out the joke, which is the one I'm telling, but I'm planning the two minutes in.
I'll even be telling the joke. I'm like, God, I wish I had a drink. Yeah, I should ask
all
for
the
a
time.
drink. Like, you're like, I should ask for a drink. Oh, you get a drink. And you're doing the set the best you can, but your brain's like, I'm going to ask for it. What whiskey should I get? I wonder if they have Angel Envy. I bet they have.
Have you ever done this?
Weird.
Have you ever? I definitely. Or
It's
were you
so
thinking
strange.
about what time you need to wake up tomorrow morning?
So weird. Or, yeah, I'll be in the set and I'm like,
6:30.
yeah, and then I'll be like, I gotta pick up. And then should I go to the jump place? I need to call Jeff. I need to call Jeff Foley because we go to the jump. And then you're in the middle of your set. It's fucking.
Do you know what's fun
Am I
sometimes?
Forrest Gump?
Do this on. Do this on a late set.
I'm gonna have a swig of this. buddy.
Try a joke, but write 3 punchlines for it,
Oh, interesting.
and try them back to back to back.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes, like, if I can't decide, if I'm going to go, okay, guys, I'm going to tell you the story. In the middle of the story, I have a punchline, but I don't know which one I like, so I'm going to tell all 3 punchlines, and I'm going to lead up. And I'll do that, man. Because the truth of the matter is, the people watching, the more I'm on stage, the more I realize that if you're giving the people watching an experience, like, oh, this is like live. He's truly doing this,
Figuring it out
figuring it out
in front of us.
There's something to that. If you're saying
In front of
this
the
is
right- in front of the right crowd.
for me, it's always a late show. You can't do it at an early show, but if you get on a late show
Depends
and you
on
go,
the city too, dude. You know, I mean, why I can't.
for me,
You know what I'm saying? It depends on the city.
My late show is
because
say
like
no.
at the comedy store, it's like there's such comedy educating. They
Can't
go to
do-
the comedy
yeah.
store. You can certain shows where they'll go. Oh, it depends. Tuesday night, Sam Tripoli show. And it's the hardest hitters in town. You can't experiment.
yeah.
But if it's the belly room or if you're in the OR, it's or it's the main room. It's a different show at late Saturday night. They're gonna be like, oh, he's figuring that out. No one's gonna walk away going, God, that fucking bomb, man. It's like, well, no, he's figuring it out.
there is no doubt that OR gives you a little more room to play. You know,
I've only done. They've asked me to do. I only did the OR once. Someone canceled. I was in the hallway. They go, "Hey, we do a set in the OR." I'm like, "Oh fuck, yes." It's the Mech. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm in the middle of my set, dude, and a guy had a heart attack in the front row, and I
Killing.
couldn't finish my set.
no.
Well, literally has a heart attack, and
What did you do?
I went. So the guy falls on the ground. I go, man, I didn't think I was killing it that hard. Take it easy. Everyone starts laughing. The lady goes, no, stop. He's literally having a heart attack. And I go, oh shit. So I look at the security. I go, hey, we need help in there. So they help. The complete show comes to a screeching halt. They drag it drag it out. And then I think it was Adam back goes,
No. And you had to just keep going?
I had 8 minutes left, dude. I kept going.
How quickly did they get this dude out of there?
Pretty fast. Well, when I say fast, 10 minutes.
Coming out of a heart attack, what's your joke?
I made a reference to. I started
You
making
had
fun
to,
of him.
right?
I started making fun of him.
You had to. And people laughed, right?
Yeah. I was like, I
Because-
didn't think I was doing that bad.
Yeah. He could have just asked for his money back.
Yeah, I was like, man,
he
they would
didn't
have given him
have
a
to fucking
refund. You don't have to
die.
pretend to have a heart attack. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Nobody's ever had. I've had people pass out. I've had people throw up. I've had people fuck. I've had people get fingered. I have had
no heart attacks?
no heart attacks. I had somebody
You know what the guy-
translate.
Oh, wow. A translator?
So the guy, they because he had watched my stuff online, and it had captions on it. So he when he came to the country, he wanted to come, but he brought a translator.
Oh, dude.
So I was telling a joke, and you'd hear somebody just in broken English go.
Oh, no.
And finally I asked, I go, what the fuck is going on? And he was like, I'm translating your jokes.
Oh, no.
I was like, you can't.
But that guy who had the heart issue during my show was he was like one of my number one like huge fan. He wrote me. I think you remember this cat. He wrote like this huge apology. It was like, I'm so sorry, man. I know it was a big night for
Did you tell him he ruined the show?
Yeah,
You ruined the fucking show, man.
You fucked me, and I'm scared to ever do a set in the OR.
The OR, dude. The OR is, to me, my favorite. To me, the main room is the hardest room in the country.
Yes.
For me. For some people, they love it. For whatever reason, the main room is the hardest room for me in the country. I love that OR. Mm-hmm. There's just something. It feels like the comedy gym.
Where are you on the road
to me.
next?
Columbus.
Funny Bone?
Yeah.
Great club.
Great club.
I'm in Dallas. First week of October.
At the Improv?
Addison, yeah.
How much new material do you think you got?
40 minutes. 30 minutes.
How do you feel about it?
All right. You know, the only way to figure out is on stage. You know,
Yeah.
you can only do so much writing at home.
Are you
The
doing
only way to navigate is what's interesting is I told
Columbus? Yeah.
I told my agent, I go, hey man, you know, my son only being 9 months. I don't want to miss much, so I'm not going to do the road like I used to. Don't book me 4 weekends in a row. Don't do anything. He goes, got it. He's going to hear this, just so you know I love you. He sends me, he goes, hey, here's the schedule. These cities open back up. So you had me on the weekend 8 weeks in a row, fucking September to December. I'm like, dude, we just talked last week. Is oh, that's right. So we took out a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it.
It's not
for me
worth
anymore.
it. I'm doing max 2 a month from now on. For right now.
Me too.
Max
I'm gonna do
2
two on the road a month, and then once the store and improv and factory open, I'm gonna do a shitload of sets.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna be home.
This, honestly, man, this quarantine has been so eye-opening for me.
Me too, brother.
It has been so eye-opening for me because I thought, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can, but this quarantine, and I didn't know it, it saved my marriage. And I didn't know my marriage was in trouble.
Agree.
I didn't know it. And it was heartbreaking to me, some of the things that Beth said to me, but were real. She was
because
like,
you had the blind you had this on, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Me too.
zero balance,
Me
but
too.
she basically
Zero.
said, it's not that you're still the love of my life. I love you more than anything, but I'm happier when you're not here, because when you're here, you're
not present.
and you upset the apple cart. You come back with this crazy energy.
Yeah.
And she said, and this isn't your fault, but I'm just more used to living alone than I am with you. And so
Did your wife and mine talk or what?
dude, and here's another thing.
Did they read the same book?
Same exact book. And when
Is
when
the
I
book
used to
called
come
Living with an Asshole?
Yeah. And when I used to come home, she would say, look, you upset the flow here. I have everything down perfect. And then you come in with your energy. Not that my energy was bad,
It's
but
just
it's different.
It's different.
And
It's a tidal wave.
And then I have to recorrect
rocking the
it.
boat.
It takes me a day to get
At
everybody
least.
back in line.
Now imagine having a 4-year-old and a 9-month-old. My girl goes, whoa,
Yeah.
dude, we do this, and this. You come in. You
can't fuck it up for me.
Rocking the ship. Look at this fucking, it's his first pair of kicks.
By the way,
The first pair of kicks, these Jordan ones, those are the Buzz Lightyears.
there's some junk in that trunk.
Oh, he's
That's a big,
so big.
dude.
Look at him.
He kind of looks like the Gerber baby.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
so fucking cute.
that ball, he doesn't tell you, is 8 feet big.
Yeah, it's a big ball for
Yeah.
this.
But dude,
He has the Buzz Lightyears on.
she told me this saved, and I agree. We had gotten used to a normal that isn't normal for people to live.
But you don't realize it because
Exactly.
you're in the game. When you get out of the game, they go, hey, dude, you shot 30 fucking shots. You're like, I did?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, you're not passing the ball. You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it till you stop and you look outside and someone goes, dude, you got to start passing the ball.
Your girl said the same thing?
100%. Saved our marriage. 100%.
And
I was moving a million miles
did
an
you
hour.
know it was a problem?
No.
Me neither.
No, I was moving because I would see.
And didn't you think you were doing things for your family?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me
I
too.
was moving a million miles an hour, and then I was like, oh, and I'd go through my head. I go, hey, look, we made this. I have a rule when I do stand up. You know, it's 2 on 20. They just wire the money. You have to give me a physical check. If you don't give me a physical check, I don't feel like I accomplished
Me too.
anything. I feel bad about it. So they always give me a physical check because I take that check. I go, oh, that's dope. And I come home. I go, hey, babe, here you go. And I thought, here you go, was checking the boxes. It's not.
I had the same.
And then I'd put, because I'd feel so much resentment for being on the road, missing my kids, I would go overtime with them, but then I wouldn't do anything with my wife.
Man, it is so similar.
They read the same book.
But it makes you realize also, dude, like they have endured, and endure is not the right word, but they've put up with our lifestyle.
But
which isn't
here's
easy.
the difference. Your wife met you when you were a comic, right?
Yes.
You've been a stand-up for how long, Josh?
Yeah.
My girl met me when I was a UFC fighter, and I was renting a one-bedroom studio in Playa Vista, and I had nothing. I had no money. And then she didn't sign up for this. So then it goes from that, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. And then I go from that, then I'm this comic, and I'm touring all the time, and I have 3 different podcasts. I'm doing this, and, she's like, dude, I didn't sign up for this.
Totally.
I'm like, I didn't know either.
And by the way, she's not wrong.
No.
She's not wrong. And what you realize also is that not only was, because you were always blinders, go, 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 I brought that home with me. So the energy I had at home, still, even I think it would have been better if I got home and I had hey, I'm home. It's me and you. I'm home. Forget everything else. Me and you home. But I couldn't get rid of that hustle.
I know.
Even when I walked in my house.
It's hard to turn it off. Even for me now, it's hard for me to turn off. But I'm getting better because of quarantine. I'm
Me too.
forcing myself to. And then also, like, I was like, oh, I bought you a G-Wagon. She's like, dude, I would rather walk than have this G and have you be home and present than constantly thinking about shit all the time and not be present. So now it's like we schedule date nights, because when you have 2 little kids, it's impossible, dude. So now we schedule date nights.
Would you...
And Joey Diaz told me from the very start when I started doing stand-up, he goes, dude, once a week you need to do a date night with your girl. You take time for you and her. I was like, Joey's crazy. Is he, or has Joey figured it out?
No, he figured it out. Because at the end of our business, by its nature, is, in order to be good at it, you have to be a little bit selfish, because your business is you.
Yep.
Your business isn't numbers. No. You're not in accounting.
No.
In order to be good at your business, you have to focus on you. Mm-hmm. And so your partner and your spouse doesn't need that type of shit all of the time. And so if you're not focusing any of your energy on them, if it's always you're always looking in the mirror.
Nightmare.
You don't want to be with that person.
No.
And I agree with you, man. Like, some of the things that were said to me were hard to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
Were hard to hear. Mm-hmm. But she, when she said to me, in theory, when we're on the phone with each other on Saturday night, I look forward to seeing you, in theory. But when I know you're on your way back from the airport, I dread it. Oof. Because I know what the rest of Sunday is going to be. Mm-hmm. And by the way, my deal with her is I take the first flight back. So if I
don't fuck around. I don't
6 a.m. flight.
Me too.
But that makes me super tired for Sunday.
Me too. I'm not present.
So I'm not present.
So now I book like 10 a.m. flights or 11. So I'm not waking up at 5:30.
But I'm like, am I missing too much of the day? Right?
But at least when I come back, I'm not a fucking zombie.
Or an asshole.
Yeah, his asshole, or sleeping on the couch. Yeah. The kids are like, what the fuck, dude?
This is
weird. Like, it's been a blessing with this COVID, man.
It's so, because...
Thanks, Newsom.
If she had just woken up one day and said, I can't do this, I would have been like, this is coming out of nowhere. And
yeah, because you think you're awesome. You think you're awesome.
She would have been like,
you're killing it.
Is it coming out of nowhere?
Isn't it funny?
We haven't spoken to each other in 8 months.
About something relevant.
Is this really out of nowhere? So, like, I am grateful. It was a rough, I don't know about you, but the first couple weeks, we were like, we're into each other. And then we fell back into 2 people who were used to living by themselves.
Yep.
And so it was a tough couple of months to figure out, is this work? Do we still like being with each other?
Yep.
And then we realized we do. We just have to relearn how to do it.
Yeah. And most of the relearning is you.
Me.
Yeah, me too.
But I feel like I'm a better person.
Oh, me too. 100%.
I feel like, and I ate some medicine from her that I needed to eat.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes you need a little bit of, oh, this is who I am? Oh.
It's a nightmare.
Especially when you're fooling yourself that you are like, I'm this guy, man. I'm this guy. I'm the perfect this.
It's not going to work out.
And then that mirror goes up and you're like, oh, fuck. Oh,
I know.
it was eye opening.
Yep, agree. You have some current events, Jen?
Yes, we do. First one is yours.
This may be like
This is actually
so. Tyson has his podcast that he does on the Tyson Ranch.
Yeah.
and he's getting real with this dude, and this dude's like, "No, you don't believe that." And Tyson punks the shit out of him. And the way the guy changes his tune made me laugh so hard. He's like, "Oh no, you right, dog. You right, dude." He threatens the fuck out of him. Watch this.
Hey, listen, you look at a guy like me at this stage of my life, I'm doing good, got a couple of $100 million properties and stuff, right? And I hate myself.
No, I know you don't.
Look at you, nigga. Look at you, nigga. Look at you. You gonna tell me how I feel about myself? Nigga?
Come on, really?
Who are you, nigga? Who are you to tell me? Who are you, period? No, this is who I am.
Right, I respect
This is
that.
who I
But
am.
me and you go so way
I
back.
know, but listen, this is just some people have. You don't know what I've seen.
That's so true, though.
You gotta watch this.
Yeah.
That's so true. Yeah, I haven't walked in your shoes.
I would love to hear Tyson go, but it is how I feel. No, I know that is right. You're right. You're right.
Shit, but then again, I think I'm beautiful. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm
Okay.
the baddest nigga on the
Okay.
planet. And when I think like that, that is my sin. That's my shame, my
Okay.
guilt. But I'm the baddest man on the planet.
Right.
I'm just
Right.
so, I hate being who I am and I'm nothing. Being from Brownsville, I'm nothing. So I created this I am Mike guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I feel that. Yeah, you're great. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
It made me laugh so hard.
By the way, that switch happened quick. Tyson was like, "This is who I am." And the guy was like, "No, he's not." He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he's like, "You're right."
That would piss me off too. Like, I'm with Tyson on this. Like, he was getting real, and he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "No, you don't." He's like, "Dude, how the fuck are you gonna tell me that that's not the truth?"
Is he still like just pure scary? Is he top 5? You're like, that's still a scary motherfucker. You did, but you don't want to see him fight. You're not even gonna watch him fight. So you think you could take Tyson?
Yes,
100% sure?
100%. Does he know jiu-jitsu? Does he know wrestling?
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare. I'm not gonna stand and bang with him.
Yeah. No.
No.
How many of those punches do you think you could take?
None. Yeah. But I'm not gonna. He's not gonna have opportunity.
How does
I'm
that
gonna take him down like this.
How does that work? Does he have? I'm sure he has a puncher's chance on your way in to land one punch, right?
You should be tough, dude.
Is that right? Because you have to educate me, please. So say you got a boxer who doesn't know jiu-jitsu at all, but
It's
is
like
at the
the
top
Conor
of his
McGregor
game.
Floyd Mayweather fight, right?
So if
If it was a street fight,
because Floyd Mayweather doesn't have knockout power. So you find me somebody who could knock you out with one punch,
I mean, Floyd can, especially for the common fan, but yeah,
but not with Connor. Right. So say Tyson could knock you out with one punch.
for sure, anybody.
But if a guy knows jiu-jitsu, because you're standing up in front of each other, isn't there even a second where you're standing up in front of each other where he has a chance to land a punch?
You'd be tough, especially someone who's like experienced in MMA.
Tell me why.
I mean, because you can close the gap so much and control his hands and then just trip him down to the ground. And then you're going to land in full mount.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know enough. So,
Because you're going to come in just fully.
and he's going to throw one or two.
Sure. But, you're going to block that.
So if you were going to say somebody who only knows jiu-jitsu and only boxer,
The jiu-jitsu guy will beat him 99 times out of 100.
is that right?
100%.
Bar fight or in the ring?
99 times out of 100. Unless you, like, say he gets lucky and that punch gets through. But if it's a guy who's covering up and then trips him down,
Right.
fuck, dude.
Even if you're starting, even if you're starting at a distance and you can back up a little bit, none of that matters.
I don't
Separation.
think. I
any
mean,
of
he
that.
might be able to land an uppercut, but if it's a guy who knows like at least some fundamentals and distance control,
Yeah.
and he throws that punch and he just slips under and grabs a hold of him, you're fucked. Jiu-jitsu guy be a boxer 99 times out of 100.
And does it matter if it's in public or in a ring? Does either place favor either one?
Doesn't matter.
Man, that's the scariest
It's like
thing.
a line and a shark, and then you're putting that line in the water. The
You just-
line's fucked, dude.
No shot.
No shot. Unless that one lucky punch lands.
This is the
So you got to
scariest
bank
thing.
on that.
Because jiu-jitsu guys can look like Ed O'Neill.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it used to be if
Weird
you went to...
jiu-jitsu reference, but sure.
But I mean...
Or Kenny Florian.
yes.
Like, you ever seen Kenny?
But the only reason
Like,
I
you'd
say...
be like, oh, that's a dork. I'm going to fuck that guy up.
Ed O'Neill's
He's gonna-
somebody's grandpa, dude. And
Yeah, but
he could beat the fuck out of most average people, yes? Isn't he
I
like a
don't know.
purple belt?
I think he's a
Belts,
black belt under Horian Gracie.
That's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, I mean Al Bundy's 90, dude. But and he moves like a tortoise. But I'm saying like the best example is like Kenny Florian or who's Kenny Florian's boy? The jiu-jitsu wizard.
Oh, Ryan Hall.
Ryan Hall. You ever seen Ryan Hall?
No.
Bring up Ryan Hall. If you saw him in a bar and he was trying to steal a girl, he'd be like, you're bigger than him. You'd be like, dude, I'm gonna twist your fucking neck off. He'd be like, oh, really? And he's the best in the world in jiu-jitsu. And
This guy?
yep, that guy
That guy?
will twist your fucking. So not only will he twist your face off,
But he's got the same muscle tone as Jared Goff.
yep, and he will shatter your ankle into 70,000 places. You will be doing
That's
rehab for
crazy.
the next 3 years.
That's bananas to me. Wait,
He'd beat the shit out of Mike Tyson.
for real, without a doubt.
Beat the shit out of him.
And is this all like when you and again help me
He's
with
a
jujitsu
master.
a little bit? Is jujitsu is that where you're using somebody else's body weight against them?
Somewhat. I mean, the original form of jiu-jitsu was made for smaller guys to beat bigger guys, but there's some of that to it. But also, he's just so technically sound. Like, look at him, dude.
I don't like.
Look
I don't
at
have
Kenny
any,
on the left. You're like, dude, get the fuck out of my face. And he's gonna beat the brakes off you.
How heavy is this dude?
Ryan Hall fights
Ryan
at
Hall.
55, so he's probably walks around 165, 170, but just thin and just a dork.
It's like this dude looks like a long distance runner.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you were like he's holding his Boston Marathon trophy, I'd be like, good for him. Yeah, he looks great.
Monster.
Those
guys are out there.
Yeah, that's the scary thing about bar fights now. Is that
That's why
you
don't-
never?
don't get in a fight.
No. You know I'm not.
No, I'm not either.
I mean, I might wipe dog shit on your window, but I'm not.
Sure, and run away. I'm not either.
I'm not getting in a street fight.
no,
sir.
Ryan Hall's a nightmare, dude. What else you got, Chin?
This right here.
So on Saturday,
Wait.
Chris Evans
Yeah.
accidentally leaked his own
See
news.
this?
Look at the
his
smile on
Instagram
her
story.
face.
Smelling her face.
Were you a fan of
I
the cat?
love Captain America
Yeah.
first and foremost.
Did you see the picture?
No, I didn't.
I
So
have a
it was
picture.
a screen recording.
Let me see
where-
that tweet, Chris Evans' publicist after logging in Twitter. Let me see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also had this photo on his photo roll.
Yeah.
And this is what people are also making fun of him. It was like a really dark photo of his dick, and then a meme that somebody made of him saying, "Guard that pussy."
That's awkward.
There's a couple things. First of all, everybody out there. Everybody, listen, erase the dick pics on your phone, bruh. That's
Robert Downey
hilarious.
Jr.'s- Let
How? I mean,
me see that one.
That's actually hilarious.
How? I mean, has somebody not put a meme of the shield over the tip of his dick yet? I mean, somebody
sure.
had to have, right?
What was the exact picture?
So he did a post on Instagram where on his story he did a screen recording from his phone of a video of him and a friend playing the Heads Up game, the like Ellen guessing game. And when the video stops, it goes back to your camera roll. And you get to see like the little blocks of your photos
Like
and
the
your
last
videos.
thing that was posted?
Yeah, within that timeline. And one of the photos was the guard that pussy.
But it was
and
the-
another one
all
is
the
just
small
a
ones?
picture of his dick.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But here's the thing: everyone who saw it loves his dick. He's been getting good reviews.
Is it
by
a
the way,
good size dick? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
You have the picture, Chin?
They got deleted.
They got deleted.
I'm sure
and
his
people,
team's just pulling everything.
and a lot of
if you
fans
had
too.
if you had
have been
an
pulling it.
accidental dick pic out that people loved, would you pull it down? If you had an
I mean, it's already out there. So for him, he's like, all right.
so now if you're already Chris Evans, you're already a huge movie star, you already have that body, and now you have a good dick. Like I'm leaving it out there. I'm leaving it. My publicist might be like, take that down. I'm like, what is the negative to having a good dick pic out there?
It was the
This one, right?
Which one?
This one. It's so hard to tell. So that's the. I think that's the tip.
Don't play
forgot.
coy.
I
Look at him,
literally
he's
no.
like, is that the top or the
Is that-
bottom?
Is that his dick or is that his knee?
I did see the picture, and I thought it was like huge.
It's just embarrassing for him.
It's
though,
like thick too, thick and big.
Do you think he?
I'm just saying.
His mouth is watering.
Anyone want some
America's
Howlin'
penis.
Rays right now? Is that I'm telling you, and then I'm definitely naming my dick after one of the Avengers. Like, how is he not naming his dick Captain America?
Don't bring it up,
or
Jen. I don't wanna put
Bucky.
it on blast
Or do you-
for him.
you know-
that poor guy.
I mean, I would obviously blur it out.
Sure,
Okay.
that's a shitty deal. What else you got, Kat?
Let's see. Is
So
on?
this is just an update from a story that we talked about recently with TikTok potentially getting banned. I don't know what's happening with it today because today was supposed to be the deadline where it gets banned if it wasn't bought out by a U.S. company. And it turns out that the Chinese government actually didn't want the company ByteDance, who owns TikTok, to sell at all because it makes China look weak. So we're waiting to see if there's an update on whether it gets banned or not, but they turned down Microsoft's offer.
Oh wow, I'm sure it was a hefty offer.
It has to be.
Are you on TikTok?
No, 37.
Yeah, me too.
I'm too old, dude.
Can't do it.
I just can't. I know some people are. I just can't.
I had somebody.
I'm on. I get Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I do
Tapping
9,000
out.
podcasts.
Tapping out.
You guys got enough of me.
I
I hate myself.
My friend asked me. He goes, "Hey man, you want to do a TikTok dance with me?" I was like, "Lose my number,
I'm
motherfucker."
out, dude. I'm out.
You're a grown man.
no, this is not
A
it's for the
TikTok
kids.
dance?
I just
Some of those kids are making crazy money.
I'm
though.
sure. I just can't.
I don't know how they make money though. It's just like
Because they're-
apparently they'll have deals with record labels
Yeah.
where they'll pay them
That
to make
makes
a
sense.
dance
Oh,
to
so
a certain
those
song,
rival-
and then that's
viral?
where the revenue
Gotcha.
comes from.
They're
What else you
making
guys
a
got?
ridiculous
Yes. Ridiculous.
amount.
check this out. There's a pot of crazy killer whales that are actually running up to boats and ramming them to the point where it actually will turn the boat 180 degrees, and it's on the specific
dude,
route.
killer whales are killer whales.
But they
Like,
never
they're
do
named
this.
Killer
This is-
whales. They're
this is
aggressive
completely
as
random.
Fuck, dude.
Well,
You ever
here's-
seen what they do to they'll find great white sharks with just their spleens ripped out? They're
Oh,
fucked
their liver.
up,
They
dude.
take their livers.
Yeah.
They're also they hunt in packs.
Yeah.
They're
They're
beasts.
really smart. They'll separate and the way they hunt. That's why they're a little different than sharks, because sharks generally don't hunt in packs.
No, never.
But they hunt in packs, and they're really smart.
Calculated.
So if they're
Like
turning
I
boats
was watching a
around,
video of a seal on like ice, and he's just chilling there, like, and one killer whale came this way, and then like did all the waves, so he came off this way to feed the other one. So there's one waiting over here while this one pushed him. They're fucked up.
I have to tell you, the idea of this happening makes me a little nervous that they're going after 40-foot yachts.
Yeah, I mean, end of the day though, we could just shoot him in the face though.
That's
There's
a good
that.
point. That's
There's
a good
that.
point.
I mean, I think they're technically you can't kill killer whales, but also if it came down to it, shoot him in the face.
Did you see that? They were doing it to that boat for 50 minutes,
An hour. Yeah. The 46-foot boat.
fuck.
spinning
hitting
the
it.
boat
ramming the boat?
180 degrees.
Are they just bored though, or they're trying to eat the people inside?
So it's so unusual, but it's a calculated attack, like you just talked about. So they're doing it, and they're actually doing that echo and the whistling
to each
sounds,
other?
whatever. So they said it was freaky when they heard it.
Weird.
But they think it's because during that, or right along that path, it's almost like the boats are taking all the bluefin tuna, which is their food. So they're figuring out, it's kind of figuring out, like, we got to
They're
get these boats out of here.
motherfuckers,
Yeah.
get out of here. This is our food.
That's
Good for them.
fascinating,
That's
dude.
cool.
I hope they knock all those boats
Yeah,
out of
I hope the killer whales win. This
That's
time.
fucking awesome,
That's
man.
pretty cool.
If that is the case, that just shows you like
They're smart as shit.
yeah, they're it's past instinct with them. That's pretty damn cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What else you got?
There's another update once again on that Mighty Ducks guy, Sean Weiss.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I guess I care about this story.
No, listen. So he actually looks better. Remember, he
I mean, then that
right here. I'll show you right here. Once this ad blocker gets
He doesn't
rid.
look good in either of those pictures.
yeah, I mean,
One, if he gets COVID, he's fucked. And
So
the
this is
other,
what he looked like before, right? It was totally
before
bad.
What?
This is meth. But look at him now.
Oh wow!
All right.
He's much, much better. And
Looks way better.
this dentist, he actually did it for free. It's like an $80,000 teeth
He
job.
did his veneers.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh man, and I liked it. I like he's wearing. He looks like he's got a nice silk pajama top
Yeah.
on.
Hey, he looks good.
Yeah,
Good for
this dude,
him, man.
Way
A
better
little
than
gel
before.
in his hair. Yeah,
Go,
he looks.
go Ducks.
This dude, is he got an ascot or is that a mask?
That's got to be a mask.
Oh, okay.
Looks like it.
I like your kerchief today, though, man.
Thanks, dog.
They gave my dog one of those when he left the vets the other day.
Oh, did they?
Looked a lot like
What
that
happened
one.
to him?
Well, we're taking off his nuts.
How old is he?
He's 2 years old.
Okay.
It's time.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I asked him, I'm like, hey, can we keep him? And she was like, why? I'm like, just for fun, be funny.
In formaldehyde or something?
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny. And she was like, we don't
you can't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
I thought maybe it might be funny to put it like in my office.
What kind of dog? Oh, it's a
half pit, half American
cool.
bulldog.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
You're gonna calm him down if you take the nuts, though.
We need to.
Okay.
We need to calm down. He's a little out of his fucking mind. And for whatever reason, he is heavy into humping this pillow we have.
Not anymore.
No, I hope not.
Not anymore.
Yeah, because he's always like, and when you get near that pillow, he's like, no, don't.
He gets the pink rocket.
He's like, that's my girl.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's got a. Beth had said this to me. She was like, why are his nuts better than yours? And I was
he
like,
has big nuts.
Do
you have tiny nuts?
They're smoother.
Do you have tiny nuts?
No, but I have older nuts, so they're a little
saggy.
They're heavier. You know, this dude's got tight, smooth,
young nuts.
Young nuts.
And you're taking those.
And Beth loves them. She said they're so cute. I'm like,
not anymore.
No, they're gone.
Poor dog. That's what you got to do.
I feel bad for him.
I know.
I wasn't gonna. You know, you can get fake nuts and put them on your dogs.
I mean, that's more of a human thing, I think.
There's
there's fake nuts
company that you can put fake nuts. I want to do a company where
it can't be comfortable for the dog.
No, but they're prosthetic nuts. I want to do a company where it's a prosthetic nut, but it's a bag so you can put your keys in them.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
Like when you go on a run,
it's like a fanny pack, but they're like nuts. You put your phone in there. That's not terrible. All right.
Is that it?
That's it.
Your punchline, Atlanta.
Just Columbus. That's the only one of those that's left. Yeah. Columbus, I think it's first, second, and third, or second, third, and fourth. It's 3 nights. And High Live tonight. And then Chaos tomorrow. Tomorrow we got Freddie Prinze Jr.
Love him.
Eric Griffin, Zainab Johnson. It's gonna be a great show.
It's gonna be fun, man. We got Bill Burr
on Wednesday.
Wednesday, huh?
Yeah, I'm really excited, man. I have so many comedy questions to ask him.
Do you?
Yeah, because he is at a point where he knows himself so well that what he says is funny.
Yeah.
When he gets on
master.
stage, you've seen him do new material, and you're like, "That's funnier than anything I've ever said."
100%.
So
I'm gonna ask him about COVID and wearing masks.
That'll be good. That'll be a good conversation.
Just kidding. So you're in Columbus. I'm in Dallas. October 1st through the 3rd. Tickets just went on sale. Denver is not happening. And then Nashville Zanies, November 19th through 21st. You're going to be there, right?
I'm going to come hang out with you, man.
Yeah, that'll be fun, man. So Dallas, October 1st through the 3rd, Addison Improv, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Zanies. And that is November 19th, 21st. Tickets at tfatk.com. For all Thick Boy gear, go to thickboy.com. Thick Boy, Thick Girl. We'll have new merch dropping later this month. Josh Wolf, you're the best.
Thank you very much. Josh Wolf merch, if you want to go check some of that out.
Get it. All right, we're out.